Have you ever had that feeling where you are just dead tired, but the second your head hits the pillow, your brain decides to run a marathon? Well, the answer might be hiding in your body's own internal clock. Today, we're going to dive into the incredible science of our natural rhythms and see how syncing up with them can be an absolute game changer for your health. I mean, does this just hit home for you? You're completely drained, but your mind is just racing. This isn't just a feeling, It's a real biological problem. Your stress hormones are literally spiking at the exact moment they should be at their absolute lowest, creating that classic and super frustrating tired but wired feeling. So what do most of us do? We just try to push through it, right? Maybe reach for some kind of aid. But what if the real issue is that our modern lifestyle is in a constant battle with our ancient biology? We're going to explore how to start working with your body, not against it. It's all about rediscovering its natural rhythm. So, to fix the problem, you first have to understand this system. Let's pull back the curtain on this incredible operating system that's running inside you 24/7, your body's master clock. The term circadian rhythm gets thrown around a lot, but it's so much more than just sleep. It is a 24-hour clock that's ticking away in pretty much every single cell in your body. It's the master software that coordinates your hormones, your metabolism, even how well your brain works. When it's synced up, you feel amazing. When it's out of whack, well, that's when things start to go sideways. I love this analogy. Think of your body as a huge company. In your brain, you've got the master clock. That's the CEO. Its main job is to keep the entire company on the same schedule, and it uses light as its primary memo. Then you have all the peripheral clocks in your organs, your liver, your gut, your muscles. These are like your department managers. Now, they listen to the CEO for sure, but they also respond to other things, especially when you eat. For the whole company to run smoothly, the CEO and all the managers have to be on the exact same page. And this whole daily operation is run by two superstar hormones. You got melatonin, which is triggered by darkness. That's your time to wind down signal. On the flip side, you have cortisol, which is triggered by morning light and food. That's your get up and go signal. All day long, these two should be working in this perfect, beautiful seesaw balance. Okay, so if this system is so brilliant, why do so many of us feel so out of sync? Well, it turns out our modern world has created a bunch of what we can call clock wreckers that just throw this whole delicate system into complete chaos. All right, let's meet villain number one, and it's a big one. It's something we are all, and I mean all of us, looking at right now. It's the blue light ambush. Our ancient bodies just weren't built to handle this stuff after dark. Now, blue light itself isn't evil. The sun is packed with it, and it's great for keeping us sharp and awake during the day. The problem is that we're now getting it from all these artificial sources, our screens, our light bulbs, long after the sun has set. And this sends a really powerful and really confusing daytime signal to our brain. And the effect is staggering. Research from Harvard found that soaking in blue light in the evening can actually shift our internal clock backward by up to 3 hours. Think about that for a second. You think it's 10 p.m. and time to wind down, but your brain is getting signals that it's actually 7 p.m. No wonder you can't fall asleep. And here's what that looks like in the data. See, in dim light, your body's producing all the melatonin it needs to get sleepy. But just by turning on normal room lights, boom, you can slash that production by over 70%. That is a massive biological disruption, and it's happening in our homes every single night. Now let's move on to our second villain, because this one builds on the first. It's the midnight feast. We all know that what we eat is important, but it turns out that when we eat might be just as important for our internal clocks. Okay, let's go back to our company analogy. The CEO, your brain, has sent out the memo saying, day's over, everyone clock out. But then, at midnight, you send a huge project, like a pizza or a bowl of ice cream, down to the digestion department, your gut, your liver. They're forced to clock back in and fire up all the machinery. Even while the CEO is screaming, it's time to rest. It creates total internal confusion. And the physical results are just stark. When you eat earlier, your evening cortisol stays low, your blood sugar is way more stable, and all your internal clocks are ticking in sync. But when you eat late, you get this ugly cortisol spike at night, your body struggles to handle blood sugar, and your organs are completely out of sync with your brain. So, we've identified the villains. But here's the really good news. You can fight back. You can reclaim your natural rhythm with a pretty simple 2-step reset. First things first, you have to manage your light. This is a non-negotiable. So, a couple of hours before bed, start dimming the lights. Turn on night mode on all your phones and tablets to warm up the screen color. Blue light filtering glasses can also be a huge help if you have to be on a screen. But really, the gold standard, a totally screen free hour before bed. I know it's hard, but it's a total game changer. The second part of this reset is just as powerful. You need to align your eating schedule with daylight. It's all about giving your digestive system that long, nightly break it was designed for. This whole strategy is called time-restricted eating, or TRE. The important thing to remember here is that it's not about what you eat, it's about when you eat. The idea is to have a consistent window, maybe 8 to 10 hours, where you eat all your food for the day. That gives your body a solid 14 to 16 hours to fast, rest, and repair. So what does that actually look like? Well, a typical modern schedule might be eating from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. That's a 14-hour window, which leaves only 10 hours for your body to fast. But a more aligned schedule, maybe you eat from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Just like that, you've created a 16-hour fasting window, which lets your body sync up and do all that critical overnight maintenance work. And making these changes, it's not just about getting a slightly better night's sleep. The long-term payoff for your health is just immense. Let's talk about why getting your clock in sync is one of the most powerful things you can possibly do for yourself. When your clock is synced, everything just works better. In your brain, it actually helps restore pathways for learning and memory. For your body, it improves your metabolic health, helps control blood sugar, and lowers your risk for chronic diseases. Of course, you get better sleep and more energy. And, crucially, that overnight fasting period triggers a process called autophagy, which is basically your body's cellular cleaning crew. It is absolutely vital for healthy aging. When you think about it, we're living with this ancient biology in a world that is constantly working against it. The solution isn't to fight our nature, it's to finally align with it. Our biology is there, just waiting for us. The only question left is, are we ready to start listening to it?